Welcome back to Astita Seekers. I'm Tejal Patel, and this is the place to be if you're looking to live consciously, spread love, and create peace and happiness in your life. And today's vlog is on forgiveness. Forgiveness is the cornerstone of creating freedom and peace of mind in your life. And it's such a necessary lesson for all of us to master, and we're consistently called to master this in numerous places in our life. And I'm going to be sharing some tips with you because this is a lesson that I was called to learn again, and I think I finally got it. I finally was able to pinpoint how to forgive honorably and also how to apologize honorably. So I want to share those tips with you. So first, recognizing that forgiveness is not just about letting someone else off the hook. You're not acknowledging it's okay what they did to you, but you're acknowledging that they came from a place of hurt. They came from a place of miscommunication or misunderstanding. We act usually from a place that benefits us. So understanding that it's not necessary for us to take things what people do personally, because it's usually more about them than us. And when we start looking at that perspective, we can recognize that we have also done things in the past that we're not happy about, that we kind of flinch when we think about that we hurt someone or we miscommunicated something with someone. So it's recognizing that our ego wants us to think that we're separate, that, hey, I would never do that to you, or the hurt that you caused me, I would never do that. But recognizing that we're more alike than we think, and we also have hurt people in the past. And understanding how to truly forgive and forget and release that energy from us is recognizing how to apologize and understanding how it feels when someone forgives us. When we live in a space when someone has forgiven us, our heart opens, we feel gratitude, and we're going to be more willing to pay that forward. So before you expect an apology from someone else, why not try to apologize to someone that maybe you've hurt? Or maybe it's an apology to yourself, something that you just respected yourself, you gave away your power, and you need to forgive yourself for it. So find someone that you want to apologize to and use these next steps to create forgiveness in your life. So the first thing of apologizing with honor is recognizing where your relationship stands. A lot of people say that I can forgive, but I can't forget. Well, then that's not really forgiveness. Forgiveness requires us to forget. We need to live from a space of the present, not react to how someone treated us 10 years ago. You need to give people the space to change, to grow, and you also need to let that energy of the past go. There's nothing in the past that's going to help you. You have to live from the space of now. So recognize, is this a friendship or a relationship that you honor, that you cannot cut ties with, that regardless of this miscommunication, you see a future with them, you want to have a friendship with them, and it's a non-negotiable? Or is it someone that, hey, this disagreement happened because maybe we're on different vibrational paths. Maybe we do not serve each other's higher good anymore, that we think differently, we act differently, and we bring out the worst in each other. Regardless of where you want the relationship to be, you have to forgive and forget. That's going to be the most important thing. And when you're apologizing to someone, you really need to know where you expect that relationship to go. And it kind of ties into tip number 2, is what is your intention of how you want the relationship to change or look in the future? So if you know that this relationship is going to end and it's served its purpose, you still can apologize, but let those intentions be known ahead of time. When I apologized, I stated that my intention for apologizing is so that we can reconnect and build a friendship again. Or whatever it is, you have to state the intention so the other person knows what you expect to receive from this apology. And so you guys are both on the same page. And hopefully, if they accept your apology, you'll find that you can move forward and you'll be able to change your relationship in the way that you want it to. And the third step goes into doing some inner work. It requires you to humbly understand and express your feelings. Why did you act the way that you did? Was it a miscommunication in the way that you were speaking? And recognizing that true communication is not how we say things, it's how the other person perceives it. So do you need to work on your ability to articulate your feelings? Or were you coming from a place of hurt? Did you judge, criticize, compare yourself to someone else because there is a pain within you that you're projecting out on someone else? If that's the case, you have to go within and recognize where your own healing comes, because the other person is not making you feel that way. It's your own self. So recognizing that we are responsible for our power, and if we are giving it away, thinking that someone else is causing us pain, someone else is causing us anger, that's an illusion. Only we are able to create our own peace, happiness, or anger, or judgmentalness. So recognize where you were coming from and be honest about it, because it requires a lot of courage to humbly apologize and say what your weaknesses are. And I think the apology will feel more genuine to the person if you recognize what you did wrong, not in a defensive way, but in a loving way of recognizing, hey, this is what I was feeling at that time, and I recognize that it might not have been the right way, but I'm willing to change, move forward, and I want to apologize for it. And also, the next step is to open that honest communication. You have to be willing to hear how the other person felt by your actions so that you can grow and make sure it doesn't happen in this relationship or another relationship. So be open to hear. It might not have been your intention for them to feel a certain way. You might not have come from a malicious place, but recognize that if you've hurt them, how did it make them feel? What feelings did it come up? And honor those feelings. Don't degrade or minimize them. And I think with the honest communication, you open up a space that if they're willing to forgive you and forget, you'll know how it feels to feel that warmth and feel that ability to let something go and someone else let something go. And you're going to be more willing to continue to do that in the future. So allow yourself to recognize that if you apologize, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to accept it, but at least you're releasing that energy. At least you're being honest and you're working from a place. And they might accept it right away, or they might accept it maybe 5 years from now. But you're opening that dialogue and that space for forgiveness to happen. And when you apologize to someone else, you're going to be more open and willing to hear someone else's apology to you. And I hope this serves you well, because forgiveness is something that we all need to cultivate and master in our life so that we could feel more united, to feel more whole. And certainly share your messages and your comments with us at the website. And until next week, my friends, namaste. Bye.